Hi everybody. I just thought I might as well explain how to get a lich and how to get a sister and also how to fight your lich. I'll explain it in words instead of showing, because if I showed you it will take too long via the PlayStation. So this is what you do. You come to your navigation. For a lich, you can come to any area that is of level 20 or higher of Grenier for your Kuva Lich. Best place to go and easiest, quickest, is to go to Cassini. Alright, just let me change that to solid. So you'll come to Cassini, you'll do your capture, shoot as many as you can, I think it's 25, as quick as you can, to then get a spawn of a Lich. But the Lich will only happen if the lights flash. So you kill your 25 ASAP, lights will flash, kill another 25. This is how I find it. And then the next minute it will spawn on you. You've got about a minute to a minute and a half to get to the red dot that shows for the Lich to kill it. When you walk up to that Lich, don't actually press the square on it until you see what's above it, what type of weapon it is. You've got 1 minute to then either press your square button on your PlayStation to then get that Lich weapon. Now once that's done and you have selected the weapon that you choose, there is 19 of those weapons. Once you've chosen the weapon that you do want, okay, you'll come up into a screen, what will tell you that you've got a Kuva Lich. What comes up with this here, but it starts out on Earth.
More
okay,
for me.
And that's who you'll get, like that little girl there. Now you'll come along and do little missions. E-Prime's not in it, but see how there's missions 50 to 75. What's an exterminate? Another one here. What is a capture? I've got a defense. I've got a spy. I've got an interception, rescue, excavation. Anyone what's listed as red, E-Prime is not, but everyone what is listed as red on this map is a place to go to get your Lich angry. You have to go after the little red dots that come up, what are actually blue men. You hit those blue men, they are called murmurs. Now the murmurs you then have to kill and then press your square on them and that kills them off. That will then bring your
This has to hurt, little meat.
indifference up.
Why bother?
Normally whenever it gets about halfway, your Lich, your Kuva Lich, will spawn. My suggestion to you, it's normally 3 into it, do not fight your Lich. Sit there and hurt it, yes, meaning kill it off until it lays down. Do not press your square or anything, okay? Just keep killing it off until, see these 3 things here where my controller's managing around. They will then show little pictures on it like this, but this is the one what you need to note down at the bottom here, okay? Now, these 3 pictures will show you either FAS, RIS, Quill, not Quill, now I'm trying to think what they all got. Okay, so you got your Joa, Kra, Lock, okay, Netra, RIS, Boom, FAS, okay? So I normally just run 3 in there already before I even go to fight my lich. Okay, because what that does, it also makes the murmurs come a lot quicker. So,
Are you holding back?
what I was saying about don't kill your lich, just keep farming him, to keep farming murmurs, is so then you get to know your first and your second knowns. I've noticed with liches, your second known is always your first known. Your second known is always your last known, and your third known will always be your middle known. Quill, if you ever have a quill, or quell I should say, always put that as second, because then what you can do, if your first one's right, your second one's going to be right straight away, but then it gives you an idea of if your third one's right. Okay, but make sure these 3 up here are exactly the way of the order. So your first one will be your second spot, or your second known. Your third spot will be your first known, and your middle one is I always put it as my third known. But whenever I'm first doing it, I'll always put my second one first, my first one last, but I always put my quell in the middle, because what it's doing now is say my first one's right whenever I'm going to kill it. My second one's right, okay, because it's universal, okay. My third one, then it's an unknown, so it's either right or it's wrong, okay. I never ever fight mine until I've either got 2 knowns or 3 knowns. If I've got 3 knowns, it's a lot easier up here. But if I've got 2 knowns, I always put the quell in the middle. Okay, so you never ever go after the lich and kill it like to go over to railjack. Okay, always kill it down so it lays down and don't do nothing else until it gets back up. Kill it off again. You have to do that 3 times, and he nicky whoops, and he'll come in the next mission. Do the same again until you've known 2 knowns. So you know your first one and your third one. First spot and your third spot up here. Alright guys. So what I want to explain is from here, okay, once you've done your first ever stab, he'll go to Mars. Once that's done, he goes to Ceres, or does he go to, I can't remember now. Sorry, I'll start that one again. So you go from Earth to Mars to Sender. That's whenever he's level 3. And then he goes Kuva Fortress. What's level 4 and 5? You don't ever want to try and get that high. You want to try and keep him either here or here. If you do stuff up your first one, then he's going to go straight there. But then by then you can then work out which one's your next one. So, okay, my first one is my second shot. You know what I mean? Anyway, that's enough being said about the Kuva Lich side. Now, to find a sister, you'll come to Pluto. Okay, I normally do Hydra. Now, Hydra is a pretty easy one, another capture. You go in, do the mission, but try and get to the hand beforehand. My best tool I'll ever tell you to get, if you've got it, is using the good old Zor. Alright. Now, with your Zor, you'll then come to Pluto. You'll then go to here. When you first start the mission, find a hand before you actually have to go and do the actual capture. Alright, if you see the hand in the picture there, you have to go to that and you have to use one of the little hand pieces that it asks for, called a Granum Void key. Alright, with that Granum Void key, coin key, you can go in there. You have to kill 25 of the spawners. When you've killed 25 of them, that means that you're going to get a sister. You spawn out of there and the lights will flash. Now, what I normally would do after that is kill 25 normal enemies ASAP, including your capture target. And just keep running through the map real quick as you can, killing everything on the way. Once that happens, then you are to go to the red dot like you did with your Kuva over here, and you then press your square button, or once you killed off the sister, then you press your square button. When you get your square button, it's the same as with your Kuva, but here
you don't. Get
will
back
be
here.
your sister instead. Okay? Now with this Sisters of Paradise, they start in Venus. When they finish with Venus, they go to Pluto, Phobos, and then they go Jupiter, and then Europa. All right. So that's the way that they normally would do it with that one. All right. So do the same thing. Fight as far as you can through every mission you can on Earth and on Venus. Try and get either 2 knowns or 3 knowns by the time you do your first stab. Do not stab it before you know your first 3, or first 2, sorry, I should say. Do not stab that lich until you know your first 2. Alright? Enjoy, guys, and hopefully you have good luck like I have. Cheers.